In the heart of Central America, nestled between the Pacific Ocean and a spine of volcanic mountains, lies a country of profound beauty and quiet resilience. It is a land where the earth is alive, where history is etched into colonial towns, and where the warmth of the sun is matched only by the warmth of its people. This is El Salvador. From the air, it reveals itself as a landscape of dramatic contrasts, a tapestry of vibrant green coffee plantations clinging to the slopes of sleeping volcanoes, fertile valleys giving way to a coastline of black sand beaches and serene crater lakes reflecting the deep blue of a tropical sky. This is the smallest nation in Central America, yet it holds a world of diversity within its borders. The light here has a special intensity, casting a golden glow on the colorful streets of its towns and illuminating the deep greens of its forests. But to look beyond the stunning scenery is to discover a nation with a deep, complex soul, a society built on the bedrock of family, community, and an unbreakable connection to the land. This is a story not of headlines, but of home, a story of the culture, the spirit, and the daily rhythm of life in El Salvador. Life in El Salvador is shaped by a rhythm that is both gentle and energetic, deeply connected to the natural world and the close-knit bonds of its communities. The day often begins with the rich aroma of locally grown coffee, a cherished ritual in homes from the capital city to the most remote mountain villages. In the bustling metropolis of San Salvador, the morning starts with a rising hum of activity. The streets fill with a familiar chorus of cars, buses, and the cheerful calls of vendors setting up their stalls for the day. But even here, in the country's economic and political heart, life is lived on a human scale. The local panaderia, or bakery, is a cornerstone of the morning routine. Neighbors greet each other as they stop for fresh, warm bread, perhaps a sweet semita or a simple pan francais, exchanging news and pleasantries before heading off to work or school. In the residential neighborhoods, or colonias, a powerful sense of community prevails. People know their neighbors, and the lines between private homes and public spaces often blur. It is a culture where a friendly greeting over a garden wall can easily lead to a shared cup of coffee. Move away from the city, and the pace of life slows, becoming more attuned to the cycles of the sun and the land. In the cool, misty highlands of the Ruta de las Flores, life in towns like Wayua or Apaneca revolves around the coffee harvest. The day begins early, with workers heading to the fincas, or coffee farms, that blanket the volcanic slopes. In coastal communities, like El Tunco or La Libertad, the rhythm is dictated by the tide. Fishermen set out in their small boats, or lanchas, in the pre-dawn darkness, their return to shore marking the true start of the day's activity at the bustling seaside market. In these smaller towns and villages, life is lived outdoors. Doors are often left open, and the central plaza serves as the community's living room. A place for children to play, for friends to gather, and for the simple, unhurried exchange of daily life to unfold. The family is the undisputed center of the Salvadoran universe. It is the source of identity, support, and immense strength, a multi-generational unit that forms the bedrock of society. It is common for grandparents, parents, and children to live together in the same home or in close proximity, creating a powerful and resilient support network. The concept of family extends beyond the immediate household to include a wide circle of aunts, uncles, and cousins. Sunday is family day, a cherished time for gathering, often at the home of the family matriarch or patriarch. The air fills with the sounds of laughter, conversation, and music. Aunts and cousins catch up in the living room, while uncles might engage in a passionate discussion about football or soccer. The abuela, the grandmother, often presides over the kitchen, the undisputed heart of the home, ensuring everyone is well fed and cared for. These gatherings are a loud, joyful, and life-affirming ritual, reinforcing the bonds that hold the society together. This deep-seated importance of family fosters a culture of interdependence and collective responsibility, an unspoken understanding that one is never truly alone. This inherent closeness is the foundation of the Salvadoran spirit, warm, welcoming, and deeply communal. To understand El Salvador is to understand its rich and vibrant culture, a unique fusion of indigenous and Spanish heritage. This history is not a relic of the past. It is a living, breathing force that permeates every aspect of daily life. The influence of the Pipil people, the indigenous inhabitants of the region, can be seen in the language, the food, and a deep spiritual connection to the land. This is interwoven with the legacy of Spanish colonialism, evident in the architecture of towns like Suchitoto, the prevalence of the Spanish language, and the deep roots of the Catholic faith. This cultural identity is celebrated with passion and color in the country's many festivals. Nearly every town has a patron saint, whose feast day is celebrated with religious processions, fireworks, music, and dancing. These fiesta patronales are a powerful display of collective identity, a time for the community to come together to honor their traditions and share in a collective celebration. Traditional music, with the gentle strumming of a guitar and the rhythmic beat of a drum, often fills the air, providing the soundtrack for these communal gatherings. There is an immense and quiet pride in this cultural heritage. It is visible in the work of local artisans who create beautiful handicrafts, from the brightly colored textiles of San Sebastian to the whimsical painted wooden crosses of La Palma. This pride is also embodied in the national identity. Salvadorans often refer to themselves as guanacos, a term of affection and solidarity that speaks to their resilience and hard work. It is a pride born of a long and often difficult history, a story of civil war, natural disasters, and economic hardship, but also of survival, perseverance, and the enduring power of the human spirit. The Salvadoran economy is a complex blend of tradition and modernity. For centuries, the nation's fortunes were tied to agriculture, and the land remains a vital source of livelihood for many. Coffee is the most famous export, with high-quality, shade-grown beans from the volcanic highlands prized around the world. The annual coffee harvest is a crucial economic cycle, providing seasonal work for thousands. Beyond coffee, the fertile volcanic soil supports the cultivation of sugarcane, corn, and beans, staples of the local diet and economy. Along the coast, fishing remains a way of life, with small-scale fishermen providing fresh seafood to local markets and restaurants. In the modern era, the economy has diversified significantly. The manufacturing sector, particularly in textiles and apparel, is a major employer, with large factories or maquilas operating in industrial zones around the major cities. In cities like San Salvador and Santa Ana, a different rhythm prevails. These are the country's commercial hubs, home to a growing service industry, including banking, retail, and telecommunications. A new generation of Salvadoran entrepreneurs is building innovative businesses, from tech startups to specialty coffee shops, contributing to a dynamic and evolving economic landscape. However, the backbone of the local economy is often found in small, family-owned businesses. The corner store or tienda, the local pupuseria, the mechanic's workshop, these enterprises are the lifeblood of neighborhoods across the country. Alongside this is a thriving informal economy. It is the woman selling fresh fruit from a cart on a busy street corner, the man offering to watch your car for a small tip, the family selling homemade tamales from their front door on weekends. This is the spirit of rebusque, the Salvadoran term for hustling or making it work, a testament to the resourcefulness and self-reliance that is so central to the national character. The cost of living in El Salvador presents a picture of contrasts, varying significantly between the capital and the countryside. In San Salvador, the cost of modern apartment rentals and homes in secure neighborhoods can be comparable to that of smaller cities in North America or Europe, driven by demand from professionals, the business community, and a growing middle class. However, outside of these areas, housing is far more affordable. In smaller cities like Santa Ana or San Miguel, and particularly in rural villages, rents and property prices are a fraction of those in the capital. For most families, the daily budget is managed with care and resourcefulness. Groceries are a key expense, and many people prefer to shop at the bustling local markets or mercados, where fresh produce, meat, and dairy products can be bought directly from vendors at lower prices than in the large, modern supermarkets. A family's weekly shop at the market, piled high with fresh vegetables like tomatoes and onions, tropical fruits like mangoes and papayas, and staples like rice and beans, is a cornerstone of household budgeting. Transportation costs are another significant factor. While car ownership is common among the middle class, the majority of the population relies on the extensive public bus system. These brightly decorated and often crowded buses are an iconic and highly affordable way to travel, connecting cities, towns, and villages across the country. Utilities like electricity and water are relatively affordable, though salaries for many working-class jobs remain low. Managing the household budget is a constant balancing act, a skill honed by generations, reflecting a culture of pragmatism and making the most of available resources. In El Salvador, food is the heart of the culture. It is the centerpiece of every celebration, the comfort in times of trouble, and the anchor of daily life. The cuisine is a flavorful and honest reflection of the country's history, a delicious blend of indigenous and Spanish influences. It is built on a foundation of simple, fresh, and locally sourced ingredients, with corn or maize at its very soul. The undisputed national dish is the pupusa. More than just a meal, the pupusa is a cultural symbol. It is a thick, handmade corn tortilla stuffed with savory fillings, most commonly cheese, refried beans, or chicharron, which is seasoned pork. Cooked on a hot griddle called a comal until golden brown and served with a tangy pickled cabbage slaw called curtido and a mild tomato salsa. The pupusa is a perfect, comforting, and ubiquitous food. Found in humble street stalls and dedicated pupuserias in every corner of the country, it is a food that unites all Salvadorans. Beyond the pupusa, the cuisine is rich and varied. Tamales, made from corn masa, filled with chicken or pork and steamed in banana leaves, are a festive favorite. Hearty soups, or sopas, are a staple, with sopa de pata, a rich soup made from cow's feet and tripe, and sopa de gallina India, a free-range chicken soup, being beloved classics. Yuca frita, or fried cassava, often served with chicharron, is a popular street food. Along the coast, fresh seafood is abundant, with ceviche and grilled fish being local specialties. Home cooking is the heart of the culinary culture. Recipes are passed down through generations, taught not from books, but by feel and by taste. A shared family meal, featuring ingredients that were grown, raised, or caught locally, remains the truest and most authentic taste of the islands. It is an act of sharing, an expression of love, and a taste of home. The natural world is an inescapable and defining feature of life in El Salvador. The landscape is not a distant backdrop. It is an active participant in the daily lives of its people. The country is known as the land of volcanoes, and these majestic peaks dominate the skyline, their fertile slopes providing the perfect conditions for growing coffee and other crops. Hiking a volcano is a national pastime, a way to connect with the raw power and beauty of the land. The trek to the summit of Santa Ana volcano, the country's highest, rewards hikers with a breathtaking view of its surreal turquoise crater lake. Nearby, Cerro Verde National Park offers stunning vistas and lush cloud forests. The Pacific coastline provides a different kind of natural escape. With its distinctive black volcanic sand, the coast is a magnet for surfers from around the world, drawn to the consistent waves at beaches like El Tunco and El Zonte. But for Salvadorans, the beach is an extension of their backyard, a place for family gatherings, weekend getaways, and quiet contemplation. The fishing port of La Libertad is a hive of activity, a place where the community's deep connection to the ocean is on full display. This tropical environment shapes an outdoor culture. The warm climate invites life to be lived in the open air. From the serene beauty of Lake Coatepec, a vast crater lake perfect for swimming and boating, to the hidden waterfalls along the Ruta de las Flores, the landscape offers endless opportunities for exploration. This deep connection to the land also comes with a profound respect for its power. Living in the Valley of the Hammocks, as the region around San Salvador is known, means living with the reality of earthquakes and volcanic activity, a constant reminder of nature's formidable presence. Life in modern El Salvador is a blend of tradition and rapid change. A network of improving highways connects the major cities, but the heart of the country is still traversed by the iconic chicken buses. These repurposed North American school buses, famous for their vibrant custom paint jobs, loud music, and crowded interiors, are the workhorses of the nation's transport system. They are an affordable, if sometimes adventurous, way to travel and a rolling symbol of Salvadoran popular culture. In the cities, modern life is increasingly visible. Shopping malls, international restaurant chains, and modern apartment buildings are common sights in San Salvador. Technology has become an integral part of daily life, with high rates of mobile phone ownership and growing access to the internet connecting Salvadorans to the wider world. This seamless blend of the traditional and the contemporary is a defining characteristic of the country. It is entirely possible to spend the morning in a remote village where life follows age-old rhythms, and the afternoon in a bustling capital city with all the conveniences of the 21st century. The country has made significant strides in areas like healthcare and education. A network of public hospitals and clinics provides essential services, while private healthcare offers more advanced options for those who can afford it. This ongoing modernization presents a continuous balancing act: how to embrace progress and create new opportunities while preserving the unique cultural identity and close-knit community life that defines the nation. For the young people of El Salvador, life is a navigation between a deep love for their homeland and the powerful pull of a globalized world. Education is seen as the key to a better future. With a strong network of public schools and a growing number of private institutions and universities, particularly in San Salvador. These universities are not just centers of learning, they are vibrant hubs of culture and debate, where the future of the country is passionately discussed and shaped. Upon graduation, however, young, educated Salvadorans often face a difficult choice. While opportunities are growing, the local job market can be competitive and limited in certain professional fields. For decades, this reality has fueled migration, with many choosing to seek opportunities in the United States or other countries. This is a difficult decision that often splits families, but the connection to home remains incredibly strong. Remittances sent home by Salvadorans working abroad are a vital part of the national economy and a testament to the enduring bonds of family. In recent years, a growing number of young people are choosing to stay or to return after gaining experience abroad. They are artists, entrepreneurs, and community leaders, bringing new ideas and energy to their home country. They are opening businesses, creating social projects, and working to build a more prosperous and peaceful future. For this generation, their identity is a complex and proud one, shaped by modern trends while remaining deeply rooted in the traditions and values of their families and communities. The rhythm of day and night in El Salvador is a study in beautiful contrasts. The daytime is for work, for activity, for moving forward. The tropical sun is intense, and life is lived with a sense of purpose. The cities are filled with the sounds of commerce and traffic. The fields are hives of activity during planting and harvest seasons. The markets are bustling with shoppers and vendors. The days are for doing, for making a living, for tending to the responsibilities of family and community. As the sun begins to set, a palpable shift occurs. The fierce heat of the day softens into a warm, breezy evening. This is when life turns inward, toward family, friends, and neighborhood life. The workday ends and the social day begins. People return to their homes, and the streets of the colonias come alive in a different way. Neighbors sit on their doorsteps to chat. Children play outside, and the air fills with the sounds of conversation and the aroma of dinner being cooked. Often, the sizzle of pupusas on a comal. The evening is for connection. It is a time for the large family dinners that anchor the week, for gathering at a local church for a service, or for meeting friends at a town plaza. This is not a culture of quiet, isolated evenings. It is a culture of shared experience, where the end of the day is an invitation to come together. The quiet of the night is not one of silence, but of a gentle, communal hum, a peaceful rhythm that restores the spirit for the new day to come. Life in this beautiful Central American nation is not without its profound and persistent challenges. The very geography that gives El Salvador its beauty also brings formidable difficulties. The constant threat of natural disasters is a fact of life. Earthquakes are a recurring danger, and the country's many volcanoes are a constant reminder of the Earth's power. The rainy season can bring the risk of flooding and landslides, testing the resilience of communities and the nation's infrastructure. Economic inequality remains a significant issue, with a wide gap between the wealthy and the poor. The rising cost of living, particularly for housing in urban areas, can be a struggle for many families. Finding stable, well-paying employment is a challenge that drives both internal migration to the cities and international migration abroad. There is also the constant delicate task of balancing progress with preservation. How does a small nation encourage economic development and welcome a growing number of tourists without damaging the fragile ecosystems and the peaceful way of life that make it so special? How does it preserve its unique cultural traditions and the strength of its communities in the face of overwhelming global influences? These are the vital questions that the Salvadoran people contend with every day, with a mixture of pragmatism, debate, and a deep sense of shared responsibility for the future of their homeland. So why do people choose to stay? In a world that offers other possibilities, what is the powerful force that anchors people to this small volcanic land? The answers are found not in grand monuments, but in the simple, profound truths of daily life. They stay for the unbreakable bonds of family, for the comfort of a community where they are known, valued, and supported. They stay for the simple, priceless feeling of belonging. They stay for the culture, for a way of life that is rich with music, flavor, and a warmth that is extended without reservation. They stay for the profound connection to the land itself, the mountains, the sea, the light, the air. This is not just a beautiful place to live. For Salvadorans, the land is a part of their identity, an ancestral connection that is both spiritual and historical. In a world that is increasingly homogenized, El Salvador offers a powerful and distinct sense of place. It is the feeling of home, a concept that goes far beyond a physical structure. It is a connection that is woven into the soul, a heritage that is a source of immense and unshakable pride. El Salvador exists in a constant, beautiful balance between a past that is cherished and a future that is being built, between the untamed power of its volcanic landscapes and the profound warmth of its communities, between a quiet, gentle rhythm and a resilient, unbreakable spirit. It is a place shaped by the Pacific winds, by the fertile volcanic soil, and by a deep and abiding strength that resides in its people. Here, life is measured not by its ease, but by its depth. It is found in the warmth of a shared meal, in the joy of a familiar song, and in the simple, profound beauty of the everyday. It is a living testament to the idea that beyond the headlines, there is a story of a people defined not by their struggles, but by their capacity for joy, their love of family, and their deep and enduring connection to the heart of Central America.